Okay, I'm at my Altair 2, and the first thing that I want to do is create my name. So I'm going to go into embroidery and I'm going to press add, and I'm going to do that outline text here, and I'm going to write my name, Cassie. Obviously you're going to write your name, and I'm going to press set. Now I'm going to edit that and I'm going to rotate it around, and I'm going to do it 90 degrees. And I'm also going to edit size, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit. So this is the size up here. This is the size right up here. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to press OK. And I'm going to create a stamp of that name, where my name is. And I'm going to open that distance up. And I like to do it around about 0.1. I'll have a look to see how that looks. There we go. I think that is perfect. So I am going to put that into memory. And I'm also going to save this into memory as well, so I don't have to redo this. I can just call it back up again. So now I'm going to go to Home. I'm going to go IQ Designer, and I'm going to open that shape that we just did. So I need to go up here, and then there's that shape, and I'm going to press OK. First thing that I want to do with this shape, first of all, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing, and just bring that down a little bit. And then what I want to do is bring in another shape. I'm going to press on this one here, and I'm going to bring in a square and press OK. Now what I want to do is reduce that size. So we're going to press on size, and then we're going to bring that in a bit. And you'll see it coming in. And then I need to bring the size down a bit. And then I can move that tab all the way up just using these buttons here. And now what I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to make that just a little bit smaller here. You can play around with it however you want it to, how big you want it to be. I'm going to move this over. Then I'm going to have to zoom in just a little bit more. And then we're going to erase anything that we don't want to use. So we're going to press OK, and we're going to get the eraser and get a nice small eraser, and then start erasing some of these away. You have to be careful not to erase anything that we actually do need. Oh. So I'm just going to increase that again. And then again move this. And just be careful not to move anything that we actually do need. There we go. I'm going to go back out. Then what I'm going to do is press on this bucket, and I'm going to bring in my first colour. So I'm going to do blue, and I'm going to do running stitch. OK. And then I'm just going to press on both of these to make them both blue. OK, I'm going to press next. And I'm going to save that into IQ Designer, preview, and then save that key fob into the embroidery menu. Then I'm going to come out of it, okay, and then go back into IQ Designer, open up the pocket, and then go back up here again and then set it. I like to do that because I just like to make sure that everything is all saved. Then I am going to press on the bucket again, and then this is on a satin stitch already. I'm going to change this to red. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this and change it all to red. And I'm going to press next, and I'm going to change this size because I want this zigzag to be about this size here. And I'm going to press set, save that into IQ Designer, and then preview, and then save that into the memory of the embroidery machine. So I'm going to press OK. So then I'm going to come back into embroidery, and I'm going to add first my running stitch and set. And then I am going to add another running stitch, and set. Then I'm going to add my name and set. There we go. And you can make this smaller, but I think it's going to be perfect. Oh no, make it a little bit smaller size and go a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. And then press add again, and then add that satin stitch. So we're going to go here, add the satin stitch, and set. There we go. I'm going to add some tearaway stabilizer to my frame here. Hoop the frame into the Altair too, and do the first stitch. This is the placement stitch for your material, so make sure that when you cut your material, it'll cover every single thing that you see that is stitched out. Now I'm going to place my vinyl over the top, and I'm going to stitch that into place. Whatever colour you want your name to be, put the thread in and then allow that to stitch into place. Once that is done, you're going to take the frame off the machine, but do not take it out of the hoop. You're going to turn the frame around to the other side onto the reverse, and you're going to stick that into place, making sure it's completely covering the front part of the design. Make sure it's completely stuck down, and then flip it back around and take it back to the Altair 2 and place it onto the machine. Whatever colour you're using for your top thread, you're going to have to use for your bobbin thread, because this is a satin stitch that you're going to see on both sides. Now start to do the satin stitch. Okay, so we're going to take it out of the frame, and then we're going to take some sharp scissors. First of all, I'm going to cut most of this excess away, because we don't need it and it's easier. So what we're going to do here is cut around our key fob, but we're not going to cut on any of them stitches. Once we have done that and it looks nice and neat, we're going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to take this tool to make a hole. I have these Chicago screws that I like to use rather than rivets. These just get applied on with a screwdriver. And I also have this lobster clip, which I am going to put through here. And then I'm going to put my Long one. The bigger part needs to go in first. It goes through both the holes. And then you get the other part and you screw that in. And then you've got yourself a nice, quick and easy key fob. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to give me a like, subscribe and comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.